Hello, this video is what I think about the black budget of America. Um, I did a video last night, of what I think about the New World Order, and then I realized that really I think for me, the meat of the whole conversation about that has to do with the black budget, of America. That's what you want to do if you're going to be like, no to New World Order. You should be like, no to the black budget. And it has kind of like a couple of different facets to it. One of it is, well, I mean, it's transparency. We need transparency. If you want to fight the New World Order, you need freedom to like buy the drugs you need without a doctor's prescription or the approval of the FDA, because that's just mafia right there. That's just another way to only let certain people make money off stuff. And so, you want to start holographically. You want to start with yourself by just the little things, just like saying, just tattooing marijuana plants on your arm. That kind of shit. Smoking weed on YouTube. Giving the guy at the pharmacy a hard time for not selling you an inhaler without a prescription, Call him another minion for the Nazis or something, It's like, give me some fucking freedom here. Sell me a goddamn inhaler. I don't need a doctor to tell me that I have asthma. I know I have asthma. That kind of shit. But there's like transparency, though. Also, like, where does the money go? There's a woman who was interviewed on Coast to Coast that I heard a couple years ago. Linda something or other, who is the director of housing under, I think, the Clinton administration, and she said that there was $17,000 a year of American citizens' money goes disappearing every single year. And the books, don't add up with the United States. And I think everybody would be able to tell you that. And there's also, I'd like to read the book, but there's a book, I can't remember, but the guy who started LEAP, Law Enforcement Against Prohibition, I think he said, Jack Kemp said he read a book that the Vietnam War was all about making money on heroin, and that George Bush, imported heroin, or maybe somebody else said that, but made money importing drugs to America. But and that's another reason why weed is illegal and drugs are illegal in America, so the government can make money on selling them. But one thing that it's pretty clear to me that's going on is we're building tunnels underneath the ground. And supposedly we have tunnels that are crisscross and connect the entire United States. And we're building flying saucers and stuff, back engineering flying saucers. And it's just trillions and trillions of dollars of our money that we're paying for that. But what does that mean to the average person? And well, the reason I know that is from all the people talking about it on the Disclosure Project, and I saw some other interviews about people who have been down there. One guy got in a laser battle with a bunch of aliens in a cavern they went into, and there isn't actually even a couple of interviews I've seen with like 3 people who were like government assassins, and they were talking about the kind of stuff they did. But I mean, like, how could you make a government assassin? That's another thing. Change the education, but anyways, what does that mean to the average normal human being? Like, how do you change that? Well, you need to make the way we spend our money transparent. I went over to the United States Department of Agriculture website, and I snooped around, and I tried to find out, how much money we spend on United States Department of Agriculture. Well, that's not on there. Wanted to know how much money we subsidize the cattle industry, because I heard we subsidize the cattle industry. Somebody mentioned that. There's this whole subsidies program. Well, there's nothing about that, so I actually write them, and I get a letter back saying, "Oh, thanks for writing us. So, how nice you write us." And I don't remember anything else, but they didn't answer my goddamn question. So basically, what we need to do as citizens, and what I'm going to do, that's going to be my next project. I'm gonna have to psych myself up for it though, because it's gonna be a huge, huge, huge project. Um, and I'm gonna probably end up just banging my head against the wall. And the best thing to do would probably be to like get a law degree or like run for office, and where you can actually do something. But I want to find out how fucking much money we spend on shit. I mean, don't you think if you go to a website, like if I was like the politician or the head of one of these U.S. departments, I'd put how much money we spend on shit on the website. It's like, our budget is this much. And if you know of a website or somewhere where it says that, then tell me, because I didn't see it anywhere. And I think maybe you can find out what the budget of the actual department is. But what about the departments within the department? How about, how much money we give to the cattle industry? Where's that? I looked everywhere. I didn't freaking find it. So if you know where it is, please tell me. But that stuff should be right on the front page of the website. It should be easy to find. You shouldn't have to be Sherlock Holmes to find out how much money we subsidize the cattle, how much money we subsidize this, how much money this program gets, how much money that program gets. And you know what? They should, with our government, we should be able to have how much money we tax on this. It should be simple arithmetic. How much money government spends on this and taxes you on this, and any kid should be able to whip out a calculator and tally it up, and the number should be exact at the end of the day. Just like at the end of the day, the cash register person tallies up how much money they went through in and out of their cash register, and it should be within the same to a matter of cents. It's just ridiculous that you don't know how much money. It's like, yeah, great website, and you figured out how to put a logo on the website, and you can make the links work. Look, a photo of the director. Well, what about how much money is stuff's being spent on? I mean, and that's just the beginning, because it's called intelligence. You need to make an informative decision, an informed decision about shit. Okay, and how can you do that if you don't know how much money we're spending on stuff? If we all knew how much money we were spending on stuff, then we could talk about how much money we should be spending on stuff, because we know how much money we already are spending on stuff. It's like, duh. I mean, I'd like to say that we're spending too much money on the cattle industry and that we should put more money into organic farms and fruit and vegetable farms, and even maybe hydroponic building farming. But I can't say shit because I don't know how much money we're spending on all that stuff, because it's not up on the website, and that's just a travesty. Now, that's what I mean about the black budget and any kind of new world order, whatever. Just start by making shit transparent. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put up on my website how much money we spend on stuff, and I'm just going to fight to put as much up. I'm going to have to do piecemeal, I guess. Go to this website, find out how much they spent on that in that year, go to that website, find out how much, and just piece it all together. Just how I made my my timeline, by choosing all these different timelines from here, there, next place, and just piecing it all together. Because the fuckers who are running a government, I guess, can't see past their nose, Why would you put how much money? Because if you put how much money, then the people can, like I said, you could talk about it. And then, you would integrate that into the educational system. You'd have kids, you'd raise kids in school to go, oh yeah, we spend this much money on that. Well, I don't think we should spend that much money on that. And so then you'd have like approval ratings, on everything. Like right now we have approval ratings on the president. Well, we should have approval ratings on everything. We should have approval ratings on how much money we spend on each and every department. Approval ratings on each and every regulation. And another thing, bills. If you want to find out what bills are going through, that's like trying to read hieroglyphics. If you go into the government website, it's like each bill, it's got like these weird numbers in there, and then I heard this new resolution to make the EU or whatever is 70,000 pages long. I mean, If you're gonna make something that long, you're gonna be able to sneak whatever the fuck you want in there and make it your own law. Because nobody's gonna read that much. It doesn't have to be that much. So it has to be like really, concise and succinct and easy to read. It's just totally fucked up. I mean, that's the kind of shit that makes me think that people who are politicians are a bunch of retards. So it's just all about transparency, and that's my next. That's the nuts and bolts of it. But here's amount of time.